With the election behind us, our series, 3 Meals, returns this morning with a slightly different focus. Instead of breaking bread with voters in a battleground state, we went to Delaware, the home of President Biden. Delaware is where the president attended high school and college, and also where he embarked on a political career that would eventually take him straight to the White House. As the president prepares to leave office and return home, I asked people in Delaware to share their thoughts about his legacy. The first state, and one of the smallest, is home to one of America's biggest names in politics.
Good morning.
President Joe Biden. During his 4 decades in the Senate, Biden earned the nickname Amtrak Joe, riding the rails 2 hours each day to Washington. So there seemed no better way for me to arrive in his adopted hometown. I've arrived in Wilmington, Delaware. This is the Amtrak train station, which actually has been renamed Joseph R. Biden train station. So we're headed to the Charcoal Pit, which is one of those restaurants that the president has been going to for years. And where I've wanted to visit ever since I saw this at the Democratic National Convention last summer.
They're the best triple thick black and white milkshakes.
Black and white shake.
Chef Lupe Alvarez has been running the kitchen.
So what do you think?
That's so good. And serving Biden here for the last 31 years. So you've been serving him since he was a senator?
Yes.
And then
Vice president and a president.
That's so cool.
He can go anywhere else, you know what I mean? But he came down to the Charcoal Pit.
President Biden's been coming here practically his entire life, which is why it seems that so many people here have a personal connection to the president.
Well, Joe Biden gave me my big break. He appointed me to West Point in the class of 1980.
Our kids grew up together and played soccer, and we just got to know each other because he's very outgoing.
While Biden's approval rating recently hit an all-time low, you wouldn't know it here.
He's got more than 50 years of public service, and he's done a good job representing Delaware and taking care of Delaware.
There was a billboard right in the center of Wilmington. It said, "Way to go, Joe." That pretty much expresses, I think, the almost universal feeling. You know, I mean, it's small little Delaware, you know, ended up having the president of the United States.
We are standing on the boardwalk at Rehoboth Beach. This is where President Biden and Dr. Biden have a summer vacation home. We are about to go to one of his favorite Italian restaurants in the area, but first, I'm gonna check out this view. And that ocean is as blue as many voters here in Rehoboth Beach. But surrounding Sussex County is rural and turning as red as the signature sauce at Fibos.
For me, he's just a regular guy, and he loves Italian food.
Yeah.
Loves his chicken parm, he loves spaghetti and meatballs.
Jeff Osias runs Fibos with his wife, Lisa.
In general, he did things in the United States' best interest, you know, and sometimes maybe not his party's best interest.
I look forward to the time when we can look back on his years of service, including his presidency, and recognize the incredible work.
Lifelong Delawarean Kim Blanche is a registered nurse. She convinced me to try a popular dish with diners in the know. Yeah, here we go. Caesar salad with meatballs.
I don't know that his administration, honestly, has done the best job in highlighting everything that they've been able to accomplish.
He was a president that did a lot of executive actions, which I would say I don't agree with.
And one of the last things he did left a bad taste in the mouth of some here, even where the Bidens can feel like family.
I don't necessarily have a problem with him pardoning his son. I think, again, a father's love will always, and if you're in a position to do something, I think, for your kids, you'll do that. But he kind of came out publicly saying he was going to stand aside, and then at the end, he kind of reversed course.
The next morning, I stopped for breakfast in Milford, right in the heart of the state, where Delaware divides in more ways than one. We are on the banks of the Mistilion River, which runs through one of the more purple districts in the state, and we are going to have breakfast at River Lights Cafe. At this family-owned spot, first order of business was ordering Delaware's favorite breakfast meat, scrapple, a fried patty made with pork trimmings. Now, what do you think about Joe Biden, the man, who's probably moving back to Delaware after he leaves office?
Well, you know, I don't like him. I don't dislike him. You know, I just didn't like some of his policies.
Policies.
And that's it. You know, the pay doesn't go up as much as the bills go up. So.
And that's like
Right, your wages aren't keeping up
Right,
with
right,
the pace
right,
of
right.
inflation.
I think a lot of people thought that when he got in office that he was going to do a lot better for the economy than he did. And I think it's kind of shined a light back on Trump that, hey, maybe Trump wasn't as bad as we thought he was because, you know, things were better. Gas prices were better. Things were down.
Just a few seats over, I met Anastasia from Ukraine, who was granted temporary residency here by the Biden administration.
I really feel the privilege to be here, and I'm very grateful to all the American people, and including the President Biden and his team. I'm feeling hopeful, but I'm feeling a little bit scared at the same time because we don't know, will I be able to kind of stay here and be with my daughter who is an American citizen. I've wanted to always name my daughter Salomia, and it means peace. And I've been just hoping that, you know, the world can gain a little bit more peace.
It does really feel like wherever you go in Delaware, people will have a connection to the president.
Yes.
That man who was a soccer dad alongside the president when they were both watching their kids play soccer. One man who just happened to be in the Chuckle Pit, whose dad was the mayor of Wilmington, who was a mentor to the president. But there were people, you know, who took issue with some of his policies. It wasn't universal, but look.
But he has a long history there.
He's got a long history there.
You could feel it.
Shout out
Charcoal
to Charcoal Pit.
Charcoal Pit, black and white. The president loves these milkshakes. We bought them for you here.
They're really
Give it
good.
a shot.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah,
Taste it. Summer. I would eat mine. I already got some on my pants.
You guys, I've seen yours is already almost done.
I was housing it.
But did you really like this? You lost me with Caesar salad and meatballs.
So
I'm still
we didn't
processing
keep it in the
that.
piece for time, but I'm sitting there going, wait, Caesar salad with meatballs? And they say to me, look, it's the mix of the tangy with the creamy Caesar
With the
salad
savory.
dressing, with the savory, and it all mixes up. So I took a bite, and I was like,
And it
I'll
was
take
what?
one to go.
And it was, I hadn't thought of it.
I'm gonna try it.
Really good.
I'm
The
gonna try it.
Fibos, Charcoal Pit, we love y'all.
Yeah.